Two top 10 college basketball teams colliding at Madison Square Garden Tuesday night, part of the Jimmy V Classic on ESPN. Number 9, North Carolina meeting number 5, UConn. How's it going, everybody? Brian Power here, back with you, Wager Talk TV. Want to tell you, early money has come in on the favorite for this top 10 matchup, defending national champion UConn up to -5.5. We're even starting to see some -6s now as of the time of this recording. The total, somewhat of a surprise, has been bet down from 154 to its current state of 152.5. I'll have more on that in just a moment. Now, UConn is coming off its first loss of the season Friday at Kansas. They lost 69-65 as a 3.5-point underdog. You may recall right here on Wager Talk TV, yours truly did a preview for that game and said Kansas would hand the Huskies their first loss of the season. Judging by the comments on YouTube for that preview, seemed like kind of an unpopular call at the time. That's okay. No offense, though. How I'm going to open the discussion for this game, though, is noting both North Carolina and UConn have certainly been testing themselves as of late. Again, for UConn, it's a second straight game against a top 10 opponent. North Carolina, meanwhile, just faced Tennessee last week. The game against Kansas for UConn, that was their first true roadie of the young season. It was one of the reasons I was looking to fade them in that spot. Worth noting, though, the Huskies, when they're on a neutral floor, 15-5 ATS run. That includes last year's run to the national championship and a 2-0 mark at the betting window so far this season. Again, 15-5 ATS is UConn, its last 20 neutral site games. Slowing down North Carolina, though, probably going to be a bit of a challenge. When the Tar Heels beat Tennessee last week, they did so and scored 100 points, hanging triple digits on one of the top defensive teams in the country. Tennessee's number 2 in defensive efficiency over Ken Palm, by the way. That's very impressive, no matter how you want to slice it. The Tar Heels have also yet to be beaten in regulation this season. Their only loss was to Villanova in overtime. However, Tar Heels shooting did come back down to earth somewhat in the ACC opener against Florida State on Saturday. While UNC won that game 78-70, they made just 42.5% of their field goal attempts, including 5 of 22 from 3. And when you look at the scoring average, which is very impressive, 86.2 points per game for North Carolina, key for them has been getting to the free throw line. Against Tennessee, the Tar Heels were 32 of 38 from the charity stripe. Against FSU, 25 of 31, including 20 of 25 in the second half. I don't necessarily see that continuing. UConn is sending opponents to the line an average of just 17 times per game so far this season. Speaking of regression, do we think UConn can continue to shoot better than 50% from the field? I don't think they can. One positive for the Huskies, though, I don't see their opponents continuing to make 37.5% from 3. Remember what I just said a minute ago. North Carolina really struggled from behind the arc against Florida State. This feels like a game tonight where the betting public is going to be taking the over. But I will be going in the other direction and take a unpopular under, a bet that cashed easily in UConn, Kansas, by the way, did the under by 24 points. And as I mentioned earlier in this preview, the over-under line, it did come down overnight. So I think the public's going to look to bet the over in this game, but the market's moved towards the under. I like the under in North Carolina, UConn, Tuesday night. Now, you may have heard that I am on a perfect 13-0 all-sports run the last 4 days. Yes, you heard that correctly. 5-0 in college football Saturday, 5-0 in NFL on Sunday. I'm also on a perfect 3-0 college hoops run those last 4 days. Went 2-0 on Friday. Then we cashed a wire-to-wire winner on Cal Poly last night. Cal Poly was a 14-point dog that eventually lost in double overtime. By the way, going back to football, 9-1 last 10 in college football, 17-6 last 23 in NFL. What is the best way, you may be asking, to get on board this hot streak? May I recommend our end-of-year special at Wager Talk. For just $199, you will get access to every play I release in every sport, including NFL, college football, NBA, college hoops, and soccer, all the way through December 31st. As a reminder, I hit 67% in the bowls last year, 2 for 2 with top-rated 5% releases. Best part of this deal starts the moment you sign up. No coupon, no code needed. Just head on over to my page, wt.buzz/BP. to take advantage. Once again, you get the rest of my plays for 2023 for just $199. Now, if you're looking for more game previews, be sure to click on this next video.